Don't feel bad about how you reacted. In this video, I'm giving you some clarity and validating your feelings, helping you heal and forgive yourself for how you reacted in past situations. You could have been going through a breakup, a fallout that was really dramatic and hostile, and you said things that you would never, ever say to anyone. You pointed out imperfections in that person that you knew, but you would never actually tell that person in order to not hurt their feelings. But no matter what you did to try to salvage a relationship with someone, no matter how many times you forgave them, you kept on giving them chances. You kept on sweeping their imperfections under a rug just to keep the relationship going. These people still disrespected you. They still took you for granted. They still tried you. So you reached your wit's end. At this point, there was nothing more you could hide, right? At this point, there is no talking to you nice. There is no being polite. There is no acting like I don't know how you really are and how you've been treating me. You've reached a point where it's just like, I'm letting this person know every single thing I feel about them, and I don't care where we go after this. I understand that level of anger. That point where you're just like, I don't care what happens after this. I don't care if this person never forgives me for what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it. Or I'm going to do it. Now, unless you're not hurting people, obviously, causing harm to people's life or ruining people's property, don't feel bad about how you reacted. How you reacted was going to happen at one point or another. You had to release that. Not only did you have to release those feelings and that energy, but you had to release that relationship. You were allowing yourself to remain in a toxic relationship with someone just because what you knew them for years, just because that person knew you in and out and you knew them in and out, just because you've built a lot of experiences with that person. But what are the pros and cons? How toxic is that person for you? How many times has that person told your business? How many times have they destroyed your character behind your back? How many times have they turned their back on you the moment they had the opportunity? How many times have they tried you and disrespected you alone and in front of a group of people? Sometimes that blow up, that word vomit and that violent explosion of words, it had to happen. Because when was the truth ever going to really come out? When was the truth about how you really felt about that person ever really going to come out? I understand that you're a peaceful, loving person. You're forgiving. You give grace to people that may or may not deserve it. And if it was your choice, you would have chose peace, right? You would have chose to ignore that person's imperfections and their crimes towards you just to have a harmonious, peaceful relationship with them. But how long were you going to let this person disrespect you? How long were you going to allow this person to be disloyal to you and still be around you? How many times, how long were you going to allow this person to benefit off of your resources, your money, and your blessings, and not turn around and support you and really put you on a pedestal like you deserve to be? You may have felt bad about what you said, but understand that that had to happen. That fallout, that breakup, it had to happen. You had to be freed from that toxic relationship. You had to be freed from it. You did not know how to free yourself. At the time, you didn't know how to set up boundaries for yourself. You didn't know how to say no. You didn't know how to protect your energy. You were too open. You were too giving. You enabled people around you. You allowed people to disrespect you. Now you're at a point where it's too late for boundaries. It's too late for peaceful boundaries. So much has been accumulated over the months and years that if that person says one slick thing to you, you're exploding. And sometimes that's how things happen. Before we actually learn how to set up boundaries for ourselves from day one, people go through that. Now, here's the thing. You do want to improve as a person, right? You don't want to just carry on the cycle of feeling offended and being angry at people and letting it build up, right? Trying to pretend that it didn't happen or ignoring it or trying to sweep it under the rug. And then all of a sudden, one day when you're triggered, you just blow up, right? It happens. It happens. And you're not a bad person for it. But you don't want to continue that cycle. So this is what we're going to work on. We're going to work on boundaries. We're going to work on saying no to someone when you know good and damn well you don't want to do something for somebody or you don't want to loan something to somebody. Whether because you just simply don't have it to give or that person has proved themselves to be untrustworthy. We're setting up boundaries this year for ourselves. We're not going to allow people to come into our space, take from us, and just leave. That was us in the past. That was the old us. But that's no longer us anymore. We're setting up boundaries. We are protecting our energy. We're not answering every single phone call. Text someone back and say, well, listen, I'm busy right now. Can you text me? A lot of times when you have people that are constantly asking you for things, having their hand out, they call you in order to put their emotions and their energy on you so they can give a sense of emergency and urgency so that they can persuade you to give them what they want, right? You can't really persuade someone as good in text messages because, they're not able to feel their emotions. So when you have people around you that are going to call your phone and ask you for some money or ask you for a favor, just be like, wait, just text me first. Because in your mind, you need to think first. You've been a giver for so long, but now that you're setting up new boundaries for yourself, you need to think first. I'm not giving you an answer in this moment. Text me what you want from me, and I'll think about it first. And if it's something that is just way beyond what you're willing to give at that moment, well, I appreciate you asking me, you know what I'm saying? But I don't have it right now. But if I do, then I'll let you know. There are peaceful, mature ways of protecting your energy. You don't have to be hostile. You don't have to be strict. You don't have to be scary. You know, there are peaceful ways. I don't know, I don't have it right now, but when I do, I'll let you know. I'll let you know is such an easy way to set up boundaries for yourself, because you're still giving room to possibly say yes, but also you're not actually saying yes. So I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I had the time to do that for you. I'll let you know if I had the gas to do that for you. I'll let you know if I had the money to do that for you. I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I could. But right now, I'm not in the position to. For overgivers, it's really hard to transition to having boundaries from not having boundaries, because you have it in your mind that people only like you because of what you're able to give them. But it's not true. People love you for you. And if people don't love you for you, that obviously means they're not meant to be in your life. And you need to reevaluate how you perceive that person. Because if you look at them like a friend, but they look at you like a lick, you need to reevaluate how you perceive that person. Why is this person so important to you? Why do they have such a high rank in your life? Right? Why are you doing so much for people that don't deserve it and not really giving people the time of day that actually show you energy and that actually support you? What's up with you? Why are you letting people disrespect you? Why are you letting people push your boundaries? Did you set your boundaries? Do you even have personal boundaries? Right? So I understand what it's like to go from someone that doesn't have boundaries to someone that's trying to learn how to have boundaries. It's not easy. It makes you feel totally uncomfortable. It makes you think, well, how come people just can't know how to have common courtesy? How come people just can't know how to be a good person? Right? But when we were little kids and we used to take advantage of our parents' money or the fact that our parents were able to put a roof over our head, we weren't thinking to be good people. We were just taking what we were given. So if you have a bunch of relationships that are pissing you off, people are acting ungrateful, they always have their hand out, they're never supporting you, they're never reciprocating the energy that you give to them, the common denominator is you. How are you perpetuating these type of relationships in your life? You are enabling people around you. You are allowing people to get away with murder without confronting the situation. You are allowing people to try you. You have no boundaries. You lack self-esteem. You think that you can't live without certain people. Change your mindset. You don't need those people. You only need people that support you and patronize you and give you that energy, give you your flowers, shed love and light onto you. You don't need those sometimes. You don't need those fickle people that will be around you when they're benefiting, but won't call you when they're going on vacation. You don't need those people around you. Another situation is if you're in a toxic friendship, toxic relationship, and there is always just hostile interactions going on. People talking down on you, people hating on you, trying to point out your flaws and make you feel insecure about things about you that you can't change. Or maybe it's something that you've done in the past that someone does not want to let go of. right? They don't want you to forget where you came from, because bringing you down makes them feel more secure within themselves. They feel like if they bring you down, y'all can be on the same level, right? Jealous, envious people around you. If you have an argument with those people, if you've had a fallout and you've said things to that person that was just low down, grimy, dirty, just low down, dirty, below the belt. I mean, you've said things that you can't even come back from. I'm telling you right now, do not feel bad about how you reacted. I understand that this person may never look in your direction ever again, but guess what? You shouldn't look in their direction ever again. This person may not ever contact you ever again, but guess what? You shouldn't contact that person ever again. Your feelings came out in that moment and it was real to you. And that was the sign. That was the number one sign that should tell you, why did I have this person in my life in the first place? What is wrong with me? If I can go off on this person and say all these things and half of it be true, why would I even have this person around me? Now you have to question yourself. You know, going off on people and hurting other people in the process while you're healing yourself, or while you're, getting your feelings off and your emotions off, it's never good. When you leave someone hurt or angry, obviously that's never good. But don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about yourself. Because when you start to feel bad about how you feel about people or what you've said to people, that makes you want to turn around and go apologize, have a conversation, take accountability for what you did so you can salvage the relationship. But sometimes, not in all cases, but sometimes people wait for that moment to deny you, to shit on you, to reject your peace offering. People wait for the opportunity to get a one-up, especially if you're someone that was an overgiver and that kind of was a little bit naive too. People that don't like to take accountability for their actions, that are not mature, they wait for opportunities to get a one-up on you. So before you turn around and you apologize to that person, or you beg for a conversation, or you beg for that friendship or that relationship back, spend some time in solitude first. Spend at least a month in solitude so you can really ask yourself, do I need that person in my life? Do I need to turn around and salvage this friendship? Do I really need to do that? Do I really need that? Don't give people the opportunity to shit on you. Don't give them the opportunity to feel like they have a one-up on you just because you're the one that apologized. You're the better person. You know that. You're the more mature person. You know that. You were the more valuable person in that friendship or in that relationship. You already know that. So you deserve better. You deserve to give yourself better. If that person is not willing to turn around and apologize to you and reconcile with you, given all the things that you did for them, they don't deserve to be in your life, period. They don't deserve to be in your life, period, point blank. So before you get into the whole pity party. Oh, was I wrong in that situation? Should I apologize? Was I too mean? Stand your ground. Stand your ground. And really evaluate if you need these people back in your life or not. Hold your head high. Regain your sense of self-worth, self-respect, self-esteem. Poke your chest out. Stop letting people do you any type of way. Yes, I understand that you're not proud of how you handle yourself in a high pressure situation, in highly emotional situation. But guess what? You're not a bad person. You're not a bad person. You did what you had to do for yourself. And if that person doesn't want to reconcile with you, guess what? I'm telling you right now that you shouldn't want to reconcile with that person. If you are the more valuable, the more resourceful, the more helpful and supportive person in that friendship, you are the catch, and you already won by disassociating yourself. Don't feel bad about how you reacted. All right? So if you are not subscribed to my channel already, make sure you go ahead and do that. Turn on your notifications. Share this video to anyone that you feel like needs to hear this message. And remember, grow in peace, and success is a journey, not a destination.